All right, welcome back. Lake Effect Sports, episode whatever. I don't even know at this point. So we're just going to get into the show. Matt, before we start, you a golf guy?
I golf here and there.
That's what I consider myself. I'm starting to become real basic is what I've realized. My major, it's a business major, like a business
Okay.
field of business. I'm finance. I golf and I have a podcast. So I just kind of need to like get that off my chest of just to, like admit that I'm basic.
Yeah, you are definitely reaching basic white boy status right there.
Oh yeah. But I mean,
Soon,
I had a great day. Had a great day in the links, so can't really kill my vibe.
you know what else isn't killing your vibe? The Indians right now, dude. 8 out of 10 sweep.
Pause. I just gotta give you a round of applause. That's how you do transitions. That is how you do them. That knocked it out of the park. So if anyone's listening, if you ever need to see like transitioning lessons, that's it. That's how you move into the next topic. The Indians are back. Not Cavs are back. Indians are back. Go into what you're saying. I just had to applaud you for that because it was so good.
8 out of 10 with the Indians. The Indians, after losing 3 out of 4 with the Yankees, have basically gotten on a hot streak against all three division opponents that will probably be vying for the top of the division. And well, the Indians are in first place after a sweep of the Royals that just happened not too long ago. So I'm feeling pretty good right now, man.
Yeah, not only did they sweep, but they looked good too. The bats got hits, about 9+ like hits in most of the games. Pitching was good enough, and that was the crazy part. The pitching wasn't insane, and McKenzie had a nice outing today, not giving up any runs. But the pitching wasn't like winning us games. It was not like losing us games. It was just fine, and it was nice to see the bats come out and really start to win games for us.
Yeah, the bats woke up like around the fifth or sixth inning each game of this series, and then they just kept chipping away. Like that's kind of how you would sum it up. Like the bats might not do anything for like 5 innings, but then like a little bit of light, like a base hit here, a walk there, then they would put up a 3 or 4 piece and get back in the game and end up winning. And the
Yeah,
bullpen would shut it down.
it was pretty insane. The only like real negative highlight I have of the week came in a win, but it was Angel Hernandez really having one of the worst days of the year. And that's hard to say for a guy who in one of his starts this year missed 20 strike calls in a game. Angel Hernandez is just unworldly bad. I don't get like see if you can explain this to me. Whenever someone's like, "Man, that umpire should be fired." Like, but they're like, "Oh, the umpires union saves him." What does that even mean at this point? Because there's no other union in the world where you could be this bad at your job and still have a job.
I would say like besides umpire unions, maybe police unions, but I'm not going to there. But anyway, like the umpire union protects their guys despite how terribly they are. And with Angel Hernandez and to an extent Joe West, it is extremely bad. And like if you wanted to show a highlight of how bad Angel Hernandez was, just throw up that clip of whatever that excuse of a call that happened in the second game. That was just beyond ridiculous.
So let's break this down for people who missed it. Okay, so Whit Merrifield doubles, Benintendi, he singles, Benintendi singles. They're both on first and second. They double steal. Now they're on second and third. Salvador Perez hits a deep fly to right center field. Hector Ramirez camps under it. He drops it, just doesn't catch it for some reason. Angel Hernandez is umpiring at first base. He's kind of lost. He calls him out. So he makes the incorrect call there. Naylor grabs the ball, throws it in, and they tag out Benintendi because he never really tagged up. He just didn't know what was like up with that play. So Benintendi's out. Merrifield scores on the tag up, which he didn't need to tag up because the ball was dropped. And that should be 2 outs. Salvador Perez on first base. Angel Hernandez decides, well, I missed that call, which is fair. That call should never be missed. Like, that should be overturned. Salvador Perez should be on first. But Benintendi got tagged out off the base. He's out. There's no way to describe him being on third base. I will never understand how that call got mixed up.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like, I was racking my brain about it the entire day, despite us winning, because it was so asinine that that even happened. Like a simple solution would have been, okay, Salvador, you stay at first. Benintendi, you're out. Runner still scores, and that's it. There's no logical explanation that he should have been on third base because he was tagged out in no man's land. It's ridiculous.
I don't, and like everyone keeps talking about him, like Angel Hernandez calling the out signal. He like only kind of did because he like threw his arm up halfway. Like, what does that even mean?
His explanation was like he guessed, which I used to umpire when I was younger. That's the one thing you're never supposed to do. You're never supposed to guess. You have to be firm and just directly just say out, safe, whatever the call. You can't just be out there and be like, it's out, I guess, or he's safe, I guess. But you can't just do that because it just ruins your credibility.
Yeah. I umpired for I think 5 to maybe 10 coach pitch baseball games. Never doing that again. I'll give them a little credit. That is like the hardest job ever. And also, I just don't have a great attention span. This is a good story. So I was umpiring. It was like a little league playoff game, coach pitch. I was on
Okay.
third. The other guy's on first because there's actually 2 umpires for playoff games. So I completely don't know fully what happened because I wasn't paying attention. So there's a hit, and I thought it skipped off the ground into the catch to the pitcher's glove, and that was the play. Apparently, he caught the ball straight off the bat, and I just wasn't paying attention. And neither was the first base umpire because because the pitcher overthrows it to the first baseman, kid gets the first base. They're like, whoa, why is he not out? And I'm like, safe. Like, I'm gonna stick with the first because it was the first base umpire's call, not my call. So I'm like, I'm just gonna stand with him. I wasn't paying attention. The umpire, like, coach comes screaming into. I'm gonna say his name. We're not gonna call him by his real name. We're gonna call him Kurt. Kurt, he's screaming in Kurt's face like, "Oh, what the fuck are you doing? That's the worst fucking call I've ever seen in my life." This is 8-year-old baseball, mind you. Like, you're losing your mind over something that means nothing. And I think the part that confused us was the kid that hit the ball. He like sprinted to first base. Like, you're out, dude. Like, go back to the bench. Like, don't be a square and run it out. Like, this isn't. I don't know. Like, and so I was like, coach, like, you need to calm it. Like, he's like, how could you miss that call? I'm like, at this point, I'm like, now that this guy's being such a jerk, like, I might have thought about overturning it, but now, like, no, like, I was like, that's the call he made. I'm sticking with him. Like, that's what happens.
Yeah, I have a similar story. Like me and my one buddy, we were umpiring a game. He had told me before, I know this coach. He's going to cause issues. I won't be surprised if him and me are just jawing at each other. I think 4 innings in, the guy's just getting on him. Then one play happens. And then, just like you said, they're face to face and like literally about to push each other. And they did. And like the coach put his hands on my friend and I had to step in. Like, it's honestly kind of hilarious how intense some of these coaches get just because of 8-year-old baseball. Like, come on, guys.
It's so I've like, even I remember like when I played, like, parents are just psychopaths, absolute psychopaths. I never played on a team with like a coach who was like very calm and like collected. I remember my like last year of coach pitch baseball, we had a coach who I think not like exaggerating, hit 15 batters. He was just gunning it in there. Like, you walked into the batter's box scared to get hit from your own coach.
Oh my God. Like, that's the stereotype of the insane psycho baseball dad. Like, him just peppering in like 80-mile-an-hour fastballs at 8-year-olds.
We like all strike out. We were the worst team in the league. We didn't have a lot of talent. There was 3 of us. It was like our first 3 hitters. If we didn't score 3 runs there, we weren't scoring until the next 12 kids struck out. It was like 6 pitches. You didn't even have the 3 strikes, you're out. It was just they're tossing like, well, he was the only one not tossing lobs in there. He's gunning them. He was getting his numbers up.
He just chose violence against 8-year-olds that day.
Yeah, he'd walk out and be like, yeah, finish that out, like 18 strikeouts. It was like
Oh my god.
I think we went like 4-27 that year.
Oh my god, that
And we
sucks.
won 3 of those games in the playoffs. We were on a run. We just decided to wake up. And the reason that happened was he stopped pitching. My dad became our pitcher, and we could finally hit the ball because it wasn't beamed in at us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, what a concept, right? Just throw it there.
It didn't help me. Like baseball was probably one of my like worst sports I ever played. So I wasn't very good at it. The second I went to like kids pitch and they started like beaming it in there, I'm like, I'm done. This sounds no fun. I hated getting in the box. If I got hit, it was like I thought like that ruined my week then because I had like a bruise. I'm like, this sucks. I don't know how anyone could ever have fun playing baseball. First off, you stand there for like 3 straight hours in the hot sun. That alone is not fun. And then you get a ball peppered at you, and then you're only successful like a third of the time if you're good. Don't get the sport.
Yeah, we're built. I guess I was built different. I played all my years in high school and everything. So yeah, I guess I'm built different, you know?
I was not built different, apparently. All right. So that was a good little tangent. Let's get into our 3 stars of the week. You had first pick last week, so it's back to me.
Okay.
Do I go boring pick or do I go fun pick?
Do whatever you want, man.
I'm going fun. You got to give it to Hector Ramirez. He came in, had the big clutch hit in his second game, and he played just phenomenally that Royals series, and maybe he could be a full-time starter with us. But that clutch hit just kind of like sprung him up my fan leaderboard. So I had to give not the rookie, but our like rookie the nod for the first pick.
I'm not gonna let you call him Hector. It's Harold, by the way, but yeah, he definitely had a great.
Bad. That's really bad. That's I don't know. Yeah, I'm a big fan of him. In my defense, Bally Sports took over, and it's really hard to watch games right now for me. So I wasn't really able to do more than score track. So it was H. Ramirez to me. I'm like, that's Hector. That comes across mildly racist that I went with Hector when I saw H, but I'm calling it out. I'm hand up. That was a mistake. Bad one.
It's all good, man. It's all good. For me, I'll go with another fun one. Josh Naylor. That solo shot that gave us the win in Game 3. I've been on the Josh Naylor train for so long, and this series is kind of like one of those things where it's like it's in there. He's one of our better hitters. And he showed it that like these last 4 games.
Yeah, it kind of felt like where Yandy Diaz, how he had always that warning track power getting all those doubles, and now it finally like stretched out. This is where Naylor's doing it. He's still so young too that what is he, 23?
24, 23, something like that. And like the home run, it was literally going in on his hands, and he just barreled it up and pulled it to right field and over the fence. Like the dude has crazy amount of power. Like once he unlocks it, he can potentially be 20, 30 home runs if he gets there.
Yeah, I think it will still take a few years. I think this year is more of a 15 to 20, not the 20 to 30 range, but he took another step forward this week, and that was great to see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go boring now, and I'm just going to take Jose Ramirez. I mean, he smashed the ball all week long. He hit home runs, he hit doubles, clutch hits, got on when we needed to, had great at-bats throughout the week. How can you not pick Jose Ramirez?
Definitely can't go wrong there. My second, even though it wasn't his best start, he still gave us a chance to win. I'll go Shane Bieber. Why not? 6 innings.
Wait, whoa. We made a rule. Can't pick Shane Bieber. You got to pick. You can.
Oh.
We have our Shane Bieber moment we already talked out, but you can't pick Shane Bieber. Can't pick Shane.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Let's see. You know what? I'll give it to McKenzie. Like this was a good bounce back start for him, even though it won't like be eye popping off the like stat sheet. Like him bouncing back and giving you 5 solid innings was definitely good to see.
Yeah, I would like to see him kind of work longer into games, not even just because of pitch count, just go at batters a little more.
Yeah, he's kind of like in that stage, kind of like what Mike Clevenger used to be, where he was a little bit erratic, but you knew he had the stuff, and you kind of had to just work through it. But you see the talent there, and like that's why I'm patient with him.
Yeah, definitely. So those are two good picks. Now, I got two guys in mind, and I feel boring picking three batters, so I'll save you the last batter that had a great week.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick Brian Shaw.
Ooh.
Brian Shaw
Really?
has been so good. I know he had the one outing where I think he gave up a run or two. I think it was just one run.
You were gonna
So
light.
lights out this year that he's been coming into games and just flying through innings. So as much as I used to hate Brian Shaw, I'm giving him a third star this week. Gotta have him on there.
Can't go wrong there. You know what? I'll give my third slot to Nick Sandlin. Like his last couple days, he's shown that maybe he's got like that third closer like ability from our bullpen. Like, dude, the bullpen now with its potential, it's nasty with him, Karinchak, and Clase. Like all those different looks out of the pen. Like his future's bright.
Yeah. So that's pretty talented. The other guy I was trying to leave you was Fran Mill. He kind of
Ooh,
murdered the ball, and he had a baby and came back great from having the baby. So shout out Fran Mill.
dang,
But
why did you're right. I should have picked Fran though, but I still like my pick.
no,
I don't
Sandlin was great. He had two good innings today, dominated. So do you wanna do the Bieber moment of the week?
Yeah, let's do it.
You can take it away.
I would say the Bieber moment of the week would be the sixth inning because after kind of just struggling, you would say for Bieber standards for like 5 innings and kind of like where the wheels could have fallen off. It was like 3-0 at the time. Like he had errors just happen to him. Like there was the missed throw by Jimenez and like a couple others. That sixth inning where he just grinded out one more inning to set up the bullpen for like Shaw, Karinchak, and Clase. That was clutch. That's why he's our ace.
You almost said that's why you pay him, but you know that's not happening.
I didn't want. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not happening. We're not paying him. He's gone when his contract's done.
I didn't want to say it, but like, oh man. But
You walked into that one. Come on. You walked into my pessimism there that we're not gonna pay him. Come on. But I was actually gonna give a different one. I was gonna say that first inning of the game where he struck out the side, and I was like, okay, I know he ended up giving 3 runs up that game, but I thought he was gonna go the distance. I was like, this is gonna be the most dominant Bieber start of the year. So that's
yeah,
that's our Indians talk today. We did a lot of just baseball talk in general. So we can move on to the Browns. You want to start draft or get into the drama?
let's start draft and then we'll end with drama.
We talked about it a little bit with Big Play Dave. If you haven't seen that interview, make sure to go check that one out.
Check it out, guys.
We killed it. Everyone's talked enough about the JOK and Newsome picks. For me, the one that just stands out is Tommy Togiai. You got, in my opinion, second round talent in the 4th round. And that's kind of how the whole draft felt for me. You got first round talent in the 1st round. You got first round talent in the 2nd round. You had first round speed in the 3rd round. I don't like that pick in general. And you got second round talent in the 4th. It felt like you were always, you weren't reaching. You were getting the guy who somehow fell. And I loved that with Barry. That's 2 drafts in a row where he just let the guys fall to him.
Yeah, I can't complain because like the only time he reached for a guy was for a guy in JOK that was supposed to be in the 1st round. And you can't complain about that. And with everybody, it just was like they just fell to him. He just let it happen. And when they were there, he was just like, all right, we'll just take him. And it was just perfect because he didn't have to like go and reach for a guy that maybe you didn't suspect was going to be any good at that spot. But like, you can't really complain. It was pretty much a perfect draft.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm looking for a complaint. I don't have one. And it's not like any more insight I have. Everyone, if you haven't heard already or from anyone, like everyone knows what we got. Everyone knows what we liked. I just think it was a good draft overall. I'm not going to be mad.
Yeah. Can't complain.
So that leads to the Browns drama. And it's not even real drama. It's something that's never going to happen. I'm going to be the one to say it. Aaron Rodgers is never going to even be thought of to be traded to the Browns. It's just the media just driving a story because it could technically happen. But I'm going to give you the ESPN offer trade. We trade Njoku and Baker.
Okay.
2 future first-round picks. Or was it? No, sorry, it was a first and a second. So first this year, future second. Aaron Rodgers, and you get another corner. Do you take that trade?
I would have said yes if Baker had a horrendous year similar to 2019. If it would be kind of in the same vein, I would say if what the Buccaneers had, where Jameis had kind of like a hilariously bad, somewhat remarkable season, 30 for 30. Shout out to him. But like, but yeah, like they knew that they were gonna do anything with Jameis, and they took a swing on a guy that just happened to be hitting free agency at 41 and still is the GOAT. But like, but with Baker having a playoff win, like had a just improved in general, like I'm not taking that trade. I would want the longevity and the ability to improve on that season with Baker than really like a 3-year window with Rodgers, I would think.
I completely disagree. Like, Browns fans are in this weird space where they think we have a dynasty. We were good for 1 year and have won 1 playoff game in my lifetime. Why not win now? I don't think your core will ever be this good again. And maybe it is. Maybe this is the start of a 20-year Patriots-like dynasty. And I'll be dead wrong if Baker's leading that way. But if we look back in 5 to 10 years and we don't have a Super Bowl, it all comes back to Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield will be that piece, and it's going to be like, we needed another quarterback to take us to the next level. Aaron Rodgers is automatically that quarterback. You're getting the MVP of the entire league. That guy takes you over the hump. Right now, in my honest heart of hearts, I think the Browns are like a top 5 to 10 team, not top 3. If you have Aaron Rodgers, it's what? The Bucks, the Chiefs, us, and then maybe the Bills. So that's when your team's elite. That's a Super Bowl team. That's a Super Bowl or bust team. Now it's a playoff contender. And I'm not sure it's ever going to get really better than what it's at right now because we're going to lose guys in free agency. Maybe the young guys can come through, but you don't know. I think it's win now, and I would love to trade for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I get it from that standpoint too. It's all hypothetical. We both know that it ain't going to happen, but like, I just feel like that this front office is looking for more longevity than really just like 3 years. That's it. We'll start over again in 5 years after we win a championship. I feel like they want some type of longevity, and I feel like they feel good enough about Baker to where he'll improve to like top 10, and they'll be able to just be there and always have a chance. Like I think that's always important. Like sure, you'll get the sugar high of like 3 years Super Bowl and then you're just done. But it's like you want a little bit of longevity there where you always feel like you have a chance.
But I still think you have that with Rodgers because if you get 3 years out of Aaron Rodgers, you can draft a quarterback next year that you kind of like in the second round, build on him. I'm not sure if Baker doesn't have this great O-line and running group with him, he's even that good. Aaron Rodgers has proved he can have absolutely nothing and be one and win the MVP. He had Devontae Adams last year in a good run game, and the O-line that was shaky and then got hurt.
No, I get it. Like he's an all-time great. I'm not gonna say that he's not good and like Baker's better. Like he's a Hall of Famer for a reason. But like my feeling is like, it is tricky because like it's so tantalizing if it was ever on the table. And like, yeah, but for me personally, I just feel like they want to grow with Baker. They want him to improve on the year that he had. And there's still a possibility he can get better. So like that's just my take on it. Like, no, there's no right or wrong because we don't know if it will ever happen.
Yeah. So I agree. At least you're not like crazy Browns fans where they think Baker is genuinely better right now than Aaron Rodgers. If you go on Brown's Twitter, like it's not even like comparison. They think it's like Baker, Rodgers. Like he let it all out for the city. He cried when we made the playoffs. All right, Aaron Rodgers won the MVP. I'll take the MVP over Baker. They think Baker is better on this team next year than Aaron Rodgers. At least you can admit Rodgers makes this team better. For now,
Yeah,
of course. Long term, it can run into more problems. But that's all in the future. And if Baker just falls apart again next year, then we're back to square one anyways.
yeah, like in the short term, like he makes the team better. But long term, I kind of want I want more long term longevity, and that's kind of why I want to stick with Baker. But because he's still young, he can still improve, and like that's just my stance on it.
Yeah. So going from one drama to another, we're going to talk about the Cavs. And it's not going to be their play on the court. They just lost by what, 40, 30 something last night to the Trailblazers. No, doesn't matter. Their season's over. I'm not going to watch another game this year. I don't think anyone really, if you pain yourself to go do that, better to you. The only reason I would watch is for Anderson Varejao. Varejao is back with the team. His last 10 days as a professional basketball player, probably. What are your thoughts on Varejao being back with this team? Because at first I was a little like, man, like he kind of didn't leave well with us. But I've kind of moved more to forgive and forget and just think about the good times. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm kind of in a similar way. I would say it's kind of comparable to when Jim Thome came back, I think in 2011, where like he came back for like a month. It was like good vibes. You kind of were like, yeah, you remember like those 10 years he was with us before, kind of like all those good moments in the playoffs and like all that. That's kind of what it was for like Varejao to me. Like he was here for so many playoff runs. He was always that energy guy, like always getting rebounds, always doing the dirty work. And it's just like, even if it was kind of a publicity stunt, it's still a feel good type of thing. Like where you just like, it's nice to see him like come back. He was with the Warriors the last time we saw him, and it's good to see him back in the proper attire, even if it is for like a 5-minute stretch in garbage time. It felt good to see him.
My only problem with fans really being super upset at him is that we traded him. And then he got cut by the Blazers, I believe, right?
Yeah, he basically got traded to get cut pretty much. And then, I mean, he did the one thing that like I guess any player would do was to basically like, if I'm not going to win here, I might as well just go to my best opportunity. And it was the Warriors. And it did suck. It was a very awkward seeing him on the other side in that finals. It was very awkward.
But like when you look at it from his perspective, I played here for 12 years. I gave everything I had to this city and they threw me away for nothing. Screw you guys, I'm going to go win one with Golden State, which he never did anyways. It'd be different where it's something more like the LeBron or Thome, where did Thome actually ever win anywhere? I don't think he did, right?
No, he kind of just like,
Bounced around, hit home runs.
Yeah, he went to like the Phillies, the White Sox, Twins for a little bit, and then he came back here to retire, I think.
So they at least produced elsewhere, like the LeBrons and Thomes, where you can be upset at them. Varejao was a role player on a Warriors team that we beat.
Yeah, that's like yeah, that's the funny part. Like he didn't win the ring. Like it was awkward, but he didn't win it. Like so it doesn't feel quite as like it's there's not really a bitterness for me. Like it happened. It was a thing. It passed, and then he didn't play for like 4 years.
Yeah, I remember he had that one flop in the finals where I was so mad at him, thinking, "Oh, you screwed us. You did that for us, and now you're flopping in the finals. Like, get him out of here. He should be fined." But that's the extent of my anger, and my love was much longer than my hate.
Yeah, like I'll always love Andy. He was one of my favorite players of all time, and like one little moment like that isn't going to ruin it for me.
Yeah, so people freaking out over Andy getting his little, it's not even a farewell tour. He's here for 10 days on a team that's trying to lose. They are openly, I mean, at this point, can you not deny they're openly trying to lose? They're losing by 40 every single night. They're not even slightly competitive anymore.
And if they're not, they're doing an excellent tank job of just being competitive enough and then just completely falling apart in the last few seconds.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we talked about this on the show. Kevin Love is either the worst basketball player of all time, or he's doing the Hugh. Yeah, we talked about it with Dave, where he's doing the Hugh Jackson, like, oh, I'm tanking for the team. He's clueless out there. He is awful. Awful. It doesn't even look like he cares about the team anymore. He's sitting outside of huddles. Like, why is he on the team anymore?
Yeah, it's just awkward right now. Like, that blow up against the Raptors has just made everything's just awkward. Like he's trying to do his best to be a good teammate, but it's just awkward right now. Like we don't know if he's going to be here next year. We don't. A lot of people don't want him on this team next year. It's just it's kind of like old Yeller, where you're just waiting for the dog to get shot after he gets rabies. That's just what it feels like.
Yeah. So that's our take on the drama this week. You got anything else?
I think we got it all covered.
Yeah. So pretty good show. Thank you guys for watching. Check us out. Twitter, TikTok, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next week. Peace.